Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Amazon FBA competitor research. Most people are talking about product research, but you can technically think about what it would be like or actually see the data of what it would be like to launch a product in a space by following a new competitor's journey from launch to success and seeing what that looks like. That's one of the most effective ways to guarantee your success is to continually watch competitors and see what they're doing and figure out how they're turning a new listing into a listing that's actually profitable and making sales. If that sounds like something you're interested in watching, be sure to stick around to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. Helps me out a ton as a growing channel and I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, guys, let's get right into it. So one of the biggest things that I think you need to be doing as a beginner seller or as a even intermediate level seller is to be looking at the sales rank of a competitor and getting really good at telling whether or not that's something that you should sell or whether or not the journey that they took is something that you should model after in the future. So I'm just really quickly filling this out to something that I think would find us a market that we could review. This will only take a second here, and I have tons of videos. If this is the first video you're seeing from me, boy, do you have a buffet of videos to dig into after this, so be sure to subscribe. But yeah, I've talked about my criteria for filling out a search tool like this a lot of times, so we're not going to spend too much time here. Just really want to get to a market, but I thought it'd be fun to find the market in the beginning of the video. Candles with rings inside, so that sounds pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look. So I guess, how would you even really get that to work? I don't know. Anyway, we'll take a look at this market. We'll use X-Ray by Helium 10. X-Ray by Helium 10 basically just pulls up the revenue of other sellers along with a bunch of other interesting information like their current BSR, current number of active sellers in the listing, the review count, the review velocity, categories, all that good stuff. So we could get a really good look at what the state of this seller and the state of the listing is. So let's see here. This kind of doesn't look too great actually as a market, but this will serve as a great example because I think someone might see $40,000 per month and get excited and then see 5,000, 3,000, think, hey, maybe even if I just got in there and was another $3,000 listing, that would be fine. Let me show you what you should be looking at on a listing like one of these. Let's do the $5,000 per month one with 10 reviews. I think that's a really great place to start, and it almost perfectly sums up where we're going with today's video. So if you could get good at one thing from competitor research, it's a term that a lot of people probably even haven't heard, it's analyzing the sales rank. Like the sales rank graphs should be extremely easy to read for you. There should be no like questions about when I'm looking at something here, what it actually is. So I'll give you a quick overview because I do want you to be trained in this like in a SaaS, like you should just be next level at reading these charts because this is what's going to give you all that insight that we were talking about into the journey and the path that this competitor is taking to get this product ranked or get sales with this product. Now, what we're seeing here is really easy to interpret, and it's going to be really easy to show you guys what's going on. So this green line here is the new price. They haven't ever changed their price, otherwise we would see a change in the level of this price. We can see over here price. It's never changed from $24.95, so that's really easy to understand. And then we see this blue line, that's their sales rank. So sales rank on Amazon is the position that you are within your category. So if I'm selling within home and kitchen and I have a sales rank of 1, let's go with an extreme, I'm going to be the first thing that pops up if you just clicked onto the category home and kitchen where everything was sorted by sales rank. So that's Amazon's way of kind of keeping track of where sellers are, where listings are in their catalog. How popular is that listing? The lower the sales rank, the better. That means you're moving further and further towards the top of the catalog, which the top of the catalog basically means the most amount of sales for a product in that category, if we were going to really simplify it. So when we see this blue line going down, that doesn't mean their sales are going down, that means their sales are going up. So you have to kind of invert this in your mind. Down is good, down means more sales. So we start off really high, right? Their product just launched. We get the story here because we get to look at where their product went live. It's kind of like looking at the beginning of the universe. There was just nothing before, and then boom, there's something, and now we're going. we're looking at this line, the blue line starts, immediately they kind of like launch and then they get a sale because the sales rank drops. They don't get sales for a while, several hours, or maybe even a day or two. So the line goes up and then they get a sale and it goes down. The same thing happens for a short period of time. Sales aren't occurring, so the sales rank is going up, and then they start making sales, so the sales rank starts going down. And it starts dramatically going down because they're consistently making sales. To oversimplify it, every time you see a significant drop in sales rank generally is equated to more sales on Amazon. So if we wanted to really focus in micro here, if we looked at a patch like this, every time it's going down, we could think that they're kind of making sales, and every time it's going up, we could assume that's a period where they're not. That's oversimplifying it because the algorithm is incredibly technical and we don't know every aspect of it. So I don't want you to look into it so heavily. Just begin to understand that when we look at the chart of a product, down is good. And as we look on, we're looking through a period of time. So we're looking from the end of August through to today's date. And when we look at this graph, we can see they've done something. This is exactly how your sales rank should look if you've done everything right. They started off high, which is when they get ranked where everyone will be, and then they got low pretty quickly, and they've been consistently sitting at this point, very slowly going lower and lower in sales rank. Now, if they were to go out of stock today, we would see something like this happen again. It would skyrocket up and they would have a really high sales rank because there's no sales coming in, so Amazon pushes you way down in the catalog because your listing's not even available at that point. So no one can purchase it, so that's damaging your position on Amazon or your rank. When we talk about competitor research, that's one of the biggest things I want you to get good at, is look at the story of new sellers trying to rank for the thing that you're going to be ranking for. Take into consideration how many images does this seller have? What is the quality of their copywriting? What is the quality of their title? And are they efficiently getting ranked? Are they coming in high in sales rank where they first start off and then casually and just smoothly rolling along into lower and lower sales rank? That means they're getting ranked effectively. What we really don't want to see is that they jump straight down to something astronomically low and then they rocket back up and then they're still in stock because the price bar exists, and then they shoot back down to something low. Maybe they stay there for a week and then they struggle and they go back up and then they shoot back down. That probably means that they're testing with giveaways. They're sending out a ton of sales to their listing from people that are receiving coupons from them. And then as soon as they stop doing that, their sales rank starts trickling back up. And then they shoot it again with some giveaways and they go down and then they start climbing back up. This is showing me that there's probably some sustainability to this because generally listings aren't going to maintain giveaways for 2 months straight. That seems ridiculous. This looks authentic and this looks like some real information about the course of action to rank a listing like this. Now, this is just the first part. Get good at this and do this for 10 competitors because we don't just want to see one. Look at the 10 newest competitors and see what their path to success was and try and figure out how often new competitors are coming in with low reviews and new listings but successfully getting ranked. If that rate is turning over pretty quickly, it probably means your listing or your market is still in a phase your market is still in a phase where it's happily accepting new sellers. That means we haven't really peaked at an amount where the sellers are overflowing into that market. We want to see up and coming markets where as we put more listings in, the market actually benefits and grows. There tends to become a diminishing return over time where the more sellers that enter, the worse the sales get for new sellers. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to select a certain number of the sellers with the checkbox on the left-hand side of X-ray. As we look through here, this one will work. I generally try to find anything that's somewhat new, so 100 reviews or less or so, and put them into a keyword search, which we're going to do any second now. So let's go ahead and select just maybe one more. This one only has 30 reviews. We'll select that one. Now we're going to go ahead and hit run keyword search on Cerebro. Again, another Helium 10 tool. I do have a discount link in the description if you don't have this tool already. Get 10% off for the life of your subscription with them, and it is affiliate link. So when we pull up this tool. It's just loading. It's going to pull in all the keywords for the ASINs that we've just provided. It's basically doing a keyword search in reverse. So it's an ASIN search. We're giving them listings, and this tool is showing us all of the potential search terms for these listings. There's 7,000, which is way too many. A little shortcut for you: go to advanced filters, head down to advanced rank filter. A minimum of 2 out of the 3, and R stands for rank, are ranked in the positions 1 through 10. We're going to hit apply there. And this is basically going to use 2 data points, so at least 2 of the listings. And then it's going to show us all of the listings that they're ranking for organically in the top positions, which means these are highly relevant search terms. So we'll sort that by search volume just to see the main highest search terms first. Candles with jewelry inside, extremely relevant. Ring candles, very relevant. Jackpot candles, I'd imagine that just means jackpot, found something inside of it. That makes sense. Surprise candle. So all of these are incredibly relevant. Now, instead of just wondering what the product is and putting maybe candle with rings inside, we start to see a little bit about the customer side of things. So you're getting a look through your competitors' search terms to see what they're actually ranking in the top 10 positions for. This is basically a dead giveaway of where they're getting their sales from. Almost all of your sales are going to come from those first 10 positions, first 15 positions on page 1 of Amazon. So we can basically disregard the other 7,000 things they're ranked somewhere for, whether it's 100 or 400 somewhere on the pages. Doesn't really matter. We only care about that top list. This is what that's going to give us. So now we've looked at the path to success for an ASIN. How are they ranking? Is it sustainable? Is it a nice smooth trajectory and they're getting more and more sales the longer they're on Amazon, the longer they're exposed to this target audience? Or is that a little bit bumpy? And now we're getting to see, well, let's go look through a certain number of these candles with jewelry inside instead of just candles with rings inside. Maybe it's a little bit of a different audience. Is this something that we could put something other than just a ring inside of? Is this something that we can put a necklace inside of? Like this is a necklace one. So now it gives me ideas. Is that something that's going to work? So we'll look through again with X-ray and look for that listing. Is the necklace one something that customers are really going for? And this one has less than 1,000 sales, so I would say no on that one. But again, at least we're thinking in a way that we wouldn't be thinking without kind of using the strategy of competitor research. So that's going to do it for today's video. I have a lot more that I could say about competitor research, but I just don't want to make this video too long. So if you want another competitor research video, be sure to comment down below and let me know that you're interested in that. And of course, if you need more help selling on Amazon, I'm accepting applicants down below for my university for Amazon sellers as well. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end, and I will see you in the next one. Later.